Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. I bet this is going to be a treat. Another one from Alesmith Brewing. Paris sent me this. This is their Nut Brown Ale. This is a 5%er by volume on this one. And this one was bottled on January 13th, 2014. So, continuing the Alesmith beers that he has been sending me. I don't think I've had a bad one from these guys. Those guys got it going on just like Stone Brewery does. They make some pretty damn awesome beers. So, wish I could get my hands on these around here, where I didn't have to have somebody like Paris to send me these beers. But they do some awesome stuff, and they're out of San Diego, California, and hopefully when I go out to California in August, we're going to be hopefully have enough time to swing by and check these guys out. And before I get into the beer, I want to make a note on that, guys. Over the past couple of years, when I did do a little vacation for a week or two, I would do the beer reviews in advance and upload all those before I left, and just make them public the day each morning wherever I was at. This time I'm going to be going across the country all the way out to California, and there's going to be places where I probably don't have internet, and I'm going to be gone like 6 weeks. So similar to like Greg Cook from Stone, I'm going to probably be taking a 6-week sabbatical. I may do some beer reviews from different places along the way and try to upload that, but I'm not going to guarantee you that. So the streak of a beer review every day is probably going to come to an end at the end of the last week of July is when we're leaving. So I know that saddens a bunch of you, but that's the way it's going to be. I'm not going to try to do 6 weeks worth of beer reviews before I leave. I'm just not going to do it. It's just too much work, and I'm kind of got a lot to do before I leave, and I know I still got a lot of time, but it might be a nice change for me, a nice break. I might give my palate a rest, and trying to upload 6 weeks worth of beers before I go is just an overwhelming task, guys. So hopefully I'll be able to do some along the way and get those uploaded, but the streak of a beer review every day is probably going to come to an end then. So that's the way it is. I don't know what else to do, and like I said, I'm not going to try to do 6 weeks worth of beers before I leave. So let's get on with this one here, guys. We got plenty of time before then. It's just March here, and we're not going to leave until the end of July, but I'm going to be gone for 6 weeks. So you know, like I said, if I get a chance to upload some along the way and taste some different stuff during my journey out there and back, we'll do that. But I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes along the way. All right, this is Alesmith's Nut Brown, which is an English style brown ale. The commercial description is rather long here, so let me go through it pretty quick. Nut Brown Ale has been through several incarnations since its inception. Co-founders Ted and Skip first brewed this beer as a mild ale, a lower strength brown ale, to represent the QAFF, a local homebrew club, at Southern California's Homebrewers Festival in 1995. The beer was popular and well liked, so we adjusted the recipe to increase its body and strength. It was initially released as a seasonal brew named Brownie in the early spring of '97. A year later, after several requests to brew it again, we made further recipe refinements, designed a new label, and renamed the beer Nut Brown Ale. It continues to gain popularity and win awards. Appearance is a deep brown but still translucent with a rich chestnut to ruby hue. Its brilliant clarity and fine white foam make it almost as appealing to view as to drink. Flavor, rich malty flavor balanced by slightly dryness provided by chocolate malt. The hops are subdued but present enough to keep the beer from being too sweet. The aroma is clean, fresh malt aroma heightened by the nutty scent of the chocolate malt and fruit aromas from the hops and fermentation. Mouthfeel, body texture smooth, smooth and lush, yet dry. It doesn't tell us what hops they use for this particular beer. Let's go over to the food pairings. The food pairings for this is a very easy drinking beer. It's going to have some chocolate notes. It's going to have a big malty taste to it. It's going to pair with a lot of things. A lot of your foods. If you're not into the IPAs, this will go well with some of the IPA food pairings. The cheeses they say for this is earthy Camembert, Fontina, your nutty cheeses, because it's going to have some nuttiness to it probably. Asiago, Colby, Parmesan, and the meat is pork and grilled meat. I could not argue with that or agree more. This is going to go well with just about anything off the grill. Glassware, the pint, becker, the nonic, the tumbler, the mug, the stein, the sidel, and this is not recommended for cinder cellaring since it is a low ABV at 5%. So let's get the cap off of this bad boy. Parrish, thanks again, brother, for sending me these beers. You are awesome, sir. Into the glass we go. I want to pour it too aggressive, but we want to get about a finger of head on this. Almost two. What do you think? Look at that. Perfect pour. Alright guys, over into the light. It is a very translucent beer. I can see the bulb right through it. A lot of bubbles are streaming up. It is a rich, it's almost copper colored, but it has some red hints to it too. Very good looking beer. Very brown ale-esque, if you will. Nice creamy head with that pour. It's dissipating a little bit, not too much. It's hanging around quite a bit there. Looks pretty good. There are some creamy bubbles. There are some big bubbles in there, but there are some creaminess to that head. Let's get a nose on it and see what we can smell. Oh yes, I'm getting rich roasted malt, caramel, toffee, some nuttiness in there. Got a very sweet aroma to it. Wow, smells delicious. So let's give it a taste. Cheers everybody. Cheers Paris. Thank you sir. Oh yes, a very rich maltiness to that. Goes very well since it's snowing up a storm outside again right now. I'm kind of tired of winter. Almost into April and it's still snowing. Let's get on with the spring. Come on, let's do it. I want to get that motorcycle out of the garage. What do you think? Wow. Very rich, but it's got enough hops, enough bitterness to make it overly sweet, just like the description said. Very tasty, very sessionable, very easy drinking. And at 5%, it's not going to knock you down if you have more than one. And this is a big bottle. It's a 22 ouncer. Not to share, which is what I'm going to do with the other half of this. Wow. Rich, creamy, roasted malt, toffee, caramel, nuttiness. Everything you want in a brown ale. Has almost like a hazelnut quality to it. I could sit here and drink this whole thing right in front of you. Well guys, it's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. Let's let it warm up like I always do. I'm going to take this back and share it with the other half. And we'll come back and do the final chug on this one. It's pretty impressive so far. If I was betting right now, I'd say it's going to end up being an A beer. Stick around, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little bit left here. Just left a very nice lacing on the side of the glass. Very enjoyable. The other half liked it. I like it. Caramel, toffee, hazelnut. Very nice mouthfeel on this. Very easy drinking, very sessionable, very tasty for a brown ale. Final chug. Wow. Another excellent beer from Alesmith. Parrish, thanks again for sending me this. Not my typical go-to beer. I don't drink a lot of nut browns or brown ales, but they are very enjoyable occasionally. Being a hophead, I like a little hoppier beer, but this is a very balanced beer. The hop profile and the malt are very well done in this beer. It is a very enjoyable beer. Not too thin in the mouthfeel. Nice creamy texture to the taste. Very enjoyable brown ale. Guys, as far as I'm concerned, this got the date on the bottle. Everything you need to know is on the front. I would like for them to put the IBUs on there, but being a brown ale instead of an IPA, it's really not that critical, but just for general information to know. If I was to guess, I would say it'd be somewhere in the 40s or 50s on this beer. Guys, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's pretty damn tasty. For a nut brown, if I drank a lot of nut browns, you would probably see this in the fridge if I could get my hands on Alesmith beers around here. It's nice. I enjoyed this one. So Parrish, thanks again for sending me this. Let's go see what everybody else thinks about this one. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and Beer Advocate says 89, which is in their very good range. I agree it is a very good beer. I think that number is just a tad low, but I would not argue with that. There are some nut browns out there that has a little more nuttiness to it than this beer does. But I enjoyed this one. It had just enough for me. So let's go over to Rate Beer. And Rate Beer says, this is more like it. Actually, it's a little higher than what I give it. They say 97 overall and 99 in the style. So pretty impressive numbers from these guys over there. The numeric rating, if I was to put a number on this, it would be between 96 and 98. It's pretty tasty. So average those 99 and 97, and you got the 98 right there, guys. So I'm in agreement with what they have here on Rate Beer. So if you've had this one from Alesmith or Nut Brown Ale, let me know what you think of it, guys. I enjoyed this one. Very tasty beer. Very tasty Nut Brown Ale. So that being said, let me know what you think of it. Hit that like button as always. Rate, comment, subscribe, and let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.